Crowd going wild in the chat right now. Engines humming through your headphones. You ready? This the league they tune in for.
Got them locked to the stream, can't blink, can't breathe. Got them up by their seats, green flag low from the screen. Every turn, every move, hearts beating. Best show you'll ever seen. Who'll be the king of the track with every stat on bleed? Watch every name on board, that's a whole new speed. Virtual sparks when they dive out, turn four. Excitement picking up, you can feel it through the floor. Late night, wide eyes, they replaying this run. Rewind, slow-mo, racing under the setting sun. Pedals on fire, glued to the feet. Every restart feels like a brawling D. We live for that countdown. 3, 2, 1, green. Elite, racing league, they can't look away. Hearts in their throats, every move they make. Track going crazy, it popping on the speedway. Elite, racing league, leaders set the pace. Elite, racing league, all the other in chase. Sweat on my neck, but I can't miss this view. Got a hometown kid on pole, mama watching from her phone. Fans in the room and they lean to the screen. Hands on their face when drivers spread that seam. Every tight corner like a fever dream. With the checkered inside, will this thing clean up? 3, 2, 1, green. Elite racing league, they can't look away. Hearts in their throats, every move they make. Track going crazy, it popping on the speedway. Elite racing league, leaders set the pace. Last lap, heartbeat sync with the crowd. Engine scream, sound the siren loud. If you ride with us, better stay on track. Once you take this seat, you go back.
Welcome, race fans, to race number 5 of the Tanks GG Truck Series here at California for the California 150. Joining you today is myself, Gerald Campbell, your lead announcer. Also with us is Jesse Rasimas, the producer, showing you these wonderful sights in California. Our race control will be Mathieu Weeks. He will be all of the drivers' worst enemies, and they are told their names, so we're looking forward to tonight, folks. We're just at the halfway mark at the end of this race of the regular season. 75 laps is what these drivers have to contend with, 150 miles. They will have 3 sets of tires in the pits, and the stage will be at the end of lap 20. Qualifying is just about to wrap up here. As we said, it is race number 5 of the regular season. And I believe we're about to go through the field with you. Justin Fuller, once again this season, doing an incredible job of getting the pole. He will be starting off in the front row here in first place. Right next to him is Trey Eidson. In third position is Ty McIntosh, and Dustin Dewar with a heck of a good qualifying run for him. Going to be starting in the 4th position. Jeff Green, another good run there for him in the 5th position, and Gavin Hibbs in 6th. 7th will be J.P. Phillips, and in 8th is Jonathan Cutlip. Art Ramir going to be starting in the 9th position. And 10th is Tom Bourne. Tommy Ryan in 11th and Bryce Fody in 12th. EJ O'Rourke, P13. P14th is Josh Freed. 15th is Andrew Hardcastle, and 16th is Seth Rawls. 17th is Logan Shearer, and in 18th is Michael Hossack. In the 19th position is Cody McCorkle, and in 20th is Colin Bolton. We're going to go ahead and go through the field a little bit quicker for the rest of the field. See if we can go ahead and showcase that. That'll be from, starting in the 21st position is Randy Yoakum and Corey Abbott. And 23rd is Justin. We're just going to go with Justin again. We're not going to change it. Just Justin for him. 24th is Leighton Orgard. 25th is Kendall Player. Good run for him. He hasn't started yet this season, Kendall, so he'll be starting from the 25th. 26th is Gavin Higgins. 27th is Brent Jones. Frank Fody, 28th. Dominic Wright, 29th. Kyle Hanshaw, 30th. Harrison Talon, 31st. 32nd is Jaden Rasimas. Ray Bracey is 33rd. Jeff Ryan, 34th. Leland Colum in 35th. 36th is Hunter Smith. 37th, Dylan Javier. 37th is Cale Peacock. Connor Thompson in 39th. Clay Mitchell in 40th. 41st is Austin Inabat. I'm sure that's how you say it. Sam Batwell in 42nd. And as of right now, we believe Pierce Hustler is in 43rd. Not sure if any of the other ones will be starting here tonight. Good field turnout once again for the Truck Series. I've had a great turnout for all of these races. Unfortunately, we've had many of them have to go home. Well, the pace car lights are off. We're going to be going green here. Well, today the NASCAR Truck Series has taken on one of the fastest tracks in the sports, where tire wear, strategy, and raw horsepower will play a role as these drivers push their machines to the limits at over 180 miles per hour. Well, the stage is set and the trucks are ready to battle. Where the racing gets good and the good get racing, the green flag is out here at California. Good start for the 55 on the bottom. He's not going to get quite clear of the 27, but we'll see if he's able to slide up in front of him. There will be multi-groove racing here tonight. But unfortunately for the 55, he is unable to clear that spot as here comes Trey Heitzen on the outside to see if he can be able to battle for the lead and maybe lead the first lap. Already seeing the multi-groove racing here on the racetrack as we're already seeing 4 wide back there. Coming to the line to lead the first lap is Trey Heitzen. Only 20 laps to be able to get the first stage and the first set of points to be awarded. Trey Heitzen's doing a really good job at the front of the points and at the front of the field here. Got the first 6. Wow, the 55 really had to cut up in front of, I believe that was the 16 to Tom Bourne. Tom Bourne did not take exception to that as he is now taken to the outside of the 55. We got 3 wide back there for the 5th position. This is what you'd have to expect early on, why the tires are new. And the track position is key. We're going to see all these drivers try to get as much as they can. Some of them maybe a little bit more than they can as they go straight out to the wall. Oh, a little bit of a tap there by the 16. That was to Dustin Dewar there. Dustin did a heck of a job saving it. That is going to allow the top 2 drivers to get a little bit of a lead difference. But very quickly as it disappears, the drafting will be playing a part in today's race. Oh, we got contact back there. The O2 spun around back up in front of the field. Hard contact from a few of those back there. I think that was Ray Bracey. Or not Ray Bracey. I think that was actually the 80 of Bryce Fody. Michael Hossack has a ton of front end damage as well. I'm going to take a look here and see what happened. I'm thinking that it just was a circumstance of the track narrowed up a little bit too much coming out of turn 4. See Bryce Fody starting to slide up there. And then contact by the 0-2. Spun him right up. That was the 47. Oh man, there was a few trucks further on there that got plowed into it pretty hard. Not what some of these guys wanted earlier on, but with how hard the racing was, that was inevitable. I believe the tally will be on Jeff Green there. The 0-2 made contact there. Fody came up, hit the... That was actually the 4 of Sheehy. Michael Hossack got slammed into by the side. Oh, hard hit by the... Who is that black and blue truck right there? Hard contact by him. Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith was trying to navigate, went from the top of the track down to the bottom, and aimed right at the mess. Yeah, that's not good for the engine. That will absolutely cause the field to lose a couple drivers. Well, caution is out here. Doesn't look like anyone has decided to take tires with the limited amount of sets we have. Now, drafting will play effect, but with this this track, it may look smooth, but tires do play a factor here. With all the moving around and sliding around, these drivers are going to want to try to hold on to those tires as long as they can. That is the champion standings right now. Gavin Hibbs is at the top there for Fueled Up Racing. Going to be in pretty good point standings. 140 points above the cutoff line there. Or not above the cutoff line, but 140 points gained so far. Cutoff is right around the 14th position of Gavin Higgins there. So he has a decent amount. He has just about half of that. Jeff Green that we saw involved there was back in the 13th position, but I don't think he got any damage, but he does have now a strike against his name for causing that incident. Didn't quite see how McIntosh got the lead, but he will be leading the race, and he is elected to take the outside lane right in front of Dustin Dewar. Right, that's the one benefit of being out the front of the field, is you kind of avoid those big stack-ups and big wrecks that tend to happen at the mid-pack. Well, we saw already 3, 4, almost 5 wide racing back there. It's to be expected. That's what we'll probably see here again. This is one of the races we were looking forward to for the action of side-by-side racing. That is almost always what this track gives. Unfortunately, this track is no longer a real-life track. It is now in the history books. The only time you can now race on the track in this configuration is on iRacing. We can still live our daydreams of being able to take it 5 wide at 190 miles per hour. As that's what these drivers are about to do once again. Green flag is back in the air. And McIntosh gets a really good start on the outside lane, taking Dustin Dewar with him. Now Dustin Dewar is going to be battling Trey. Tom Bourne slides up the racetrack, and it'll be a 3-wide battle back there once again. Watch all the zigzagging as they go down that back straightaway. And how wide they absolutely get in turns 3 and 4. Big block by Trey. As he puts a block on Dustin Dewar. Dustin Dewar now dives down to the bottom. He's going to have a big run. Going to be looking to the outside for the lead. Dustin Dewar. Right on to the outside. He's going to have that drafting power, though. It's going to be hard for any leader to be able to outrun the draft here tonight. A little bit of contact back there between the 5 and the 16. 5 had to check up just a little bit. That's going to leave him vulnerable in the middle lane there. It's going to be taken from the inside and the outside. Now to the lead. Here comes Dustin Dewar taking a look to the inside. McIntosh elects to take all the way to the outside lane. Dustin Dewar to the bottom. Is he going to be able to clear him and slide up to the top? Not quite. That is not going to be beneficial for him, as now they have all lined up to the outside lane. Dustin Dewar trying to side draft, trying to take a little bit of that effect away. McIntosh back out front. Now Trey Eitzen to the outside of Dustin Dewar. Dustin Dewar stuck on that very bottom lane as they have all lined up to the outside with the drafting ability and the pushing power. They are all starting to stack past Dustin Dewar. Here comes Gavin Hibbs. Almost to the outside. He does get to the outside, Trey Eitzen. Now Trey Eitzen stuck to the inside lane. Tom Bourne trying to take the advantage. Here they come back down the straightaway here. We're going to see if Gavin Hibbs is going to duck to the bottom. He does. He's going to have the drafting power. At the line, it's still going to be McIntosh. So now Gavin Hibbs has to try to see if he can dive it into the track. Hard enough to be able to clear that outside lane. And he will do so just enough. Right in front of McIntosh. Now McIntosh now down below. McIntosh once again trying to see if he can retain the lead at the start-finish line. Dives right back in front of Gavin Higgs. McIntosh is trying to go for also that most lap awarded. Tom Bourne now has a big run. Had to check up. Gavin Hibbs almost took the nose off the front of that 16. Now's the time to be strategic. You want to have the outside lane for the pushing power, but the fastest way around is on the bottom. So when do you make the push to make the pass? Do you make the pass or do you get stuck on the bottom? Who has friends and who doesn't? As we reach lap 13, only 7 more laps until the end of this stage. We do not have a caution at the end of the stage, but points are awarded for the top 10. Oh, Trey Eitzen to the side of the 16! 16 is able to save it, but that's going to cause a huge stack up on the backstretch. Tom Bourne's going to definitely lose out from that incident. He's going to find himself way outside the top 10. Trey Eitzen slid up into the side of the 16. Both will be losers, but definitely Tom Bourne got the worst end of that. I have a feeling that's not the last we'll see of contact made in such a way as here comes. Oh, there's some trucks starting to slide up the racetrack there. As this run goes along and the more the moves are being made, the more those tires are not going to allow them to stick. So you're going to see the dive bombs, but you're also going to see this four-wheel slide into another truck. Oh, a couple of them taking the wall on the turn 4. Right around into the outside, just outside the top 10 as trucks are sliding all around. They're all working very hard knowing that there's only 5 laps left in this stage, trying to get the few final points that they can be able to get. Tom Bourne takes the very bottom inside lane as they go 5 wide in turns 3 and 4. Again, back to 4 wide. Contact. Beating, banging. They don't know where to go. Hard for the spotter to tell you where it's safe because there is no safe spot. Back at the front of the field, McIntosh has kind of had a little bit of a lull with the lack of competitors after that contact. They're always trying to stack back up to make a run back at the leader here. But it has been McIntosh at the front of the field. But here comes Hibbs. He's going to try to see if he can be able to gain the momentum. I think now that they've known how difficult the bottom lane is, they're a little bit more reluctant to try to lose these final few spots. Right now at the front of the field, it is McIntosh. Behind him, Hibbs right there. See a 3-way battle. That's Ryan on the inside of Cutlip. Battle for 6th. Ryan just barely able to clear in front of the 5 there, coming down the back straightaway. Now we're starting to see the tires start to play a little bit of more of a role here as it's starting to space out just a little bit. Here we come to 2 laps to go in this stage as now Hibbs to the inside of McIntosh at the line. It is still McIntosh leading that lap. Fuller now taking the outside lane. Seeing if maybe he can just split down the middle. Hibbs is trying to see if he has the run. He dives it to the outside. Oh, that puts the 10 in the wall. Fuller now takes advantage into the 2nd position. McIntosh is not going to be happy with that 95. As they're coming up on some slower lap traffic, much slower lap traffic. Now they have to zig and zag past them at the line with 1 lap to go in the stage. Hibbs out front, Fuller in 2nd. He had the start at the front of the field at the beginning of the race, fell back a little bit, but here comes Fuller. He's going to have the run. He's got the wind-up. Oh, is it 25? Oh, stage. Sorry about that. End of 25 is the stage. So they got a few more laps. Well, regardless, the racing is starting to heat up here. Fuller has taken the lead now. Well, good thing for his, he's got a few more laps to see if he can get it back. Fuller trying to get a little bit of space as contact has been made back there. It's kind of spaced him out. Big distance between there of 7 of Ray Bracey and the pack in front of him. You do not want to lose the draft. And that's just about what Ray Bracey's done to the back of the 25. Be hard for him to gain that back. That is right there from the 9th to 10th position. Yeah. Seth Ross sees that behind him. He does not want to be involved in that. Looks like McIntosh trying to make up some speed here on that very high lane to try to see if he can make him run back before the end of the stage. Caution is out! Oh, hard contact back there. The 39 is around. That's Josh Freed. That will probably end the stage for us. Oh, Freed got that white line there, got loose. Oh, right into the 2. What was it, 60? Was that the 61? I think that was Pierce. Yeah, it was Pierce. Fortunately, had nowhere to go when Josh Freed turned around right in front of him. Oh boy, he didn't slow down either. He just went straight into him pretty hard there. There was also contact made further down the racetrack. I think it was a 21. Maybe Corey Abbott? Not Corey Abbott that was down there trying to clear it. All the action that he saw in front of him. Went down low and got involved in it anyhow.
Yeah.
Oh. Hard hit for Corey Abbott as well. And I'm not sure who that was. Was that Kel Peacock? So we had a few trucks involved in that. That will be the end of the stage, though. So that 10 points will be awarded to the 55 there. As all of our drivers are going to now come down and take their tires. While this is going on, we're going to go ahead and go to our first commercial break.
This is Bobby Bolin from Tom Bolin Ford, and I have huge news for you. Right now, we are offering interest rates as low as 3.99 on most of our used cars. That's right, 3.99 happening right now. And it gets even better. These used vehicles come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, giving you protection for the long haul. This is your chance to save big with incredible rates and shop our wide variety of trucks, vans, SUVs, and cars. Only at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, eh?
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
Tickets for the 2026 Season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th. And the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, folks, as we are on lap 25 of 75. Only 1/3 of the way through the race. Already had our second caution here. It looks like everything's stacked back up to go green once again. It looks like Fuller has decided to take the outside lane, as Hibbs will be on the inside. Cutlip now finds himself in that fourth position in the direct path of the Fuller. Pace car lights are off. We're going to be going back green this time by. Still 39 trucks on the lead lap here. And Space Car now is down, going over to Fuller to be able to take the green flag. Green flag back out. Fuller gets a really good start here as he's going to be able to clear himself even before the flag stand. Now we're already starting to see trucks stuck to the inside. We'll see how wide we get here in turns 1 and 2. 4 wide. 4 wide. That's how wide we get. Oh, Hibbs up the racetrack. Lost the front nose. It slides all the way up. Cleared 4 lanes of traffic to get right in front of that blue truck. I don't know who that was. EJ or Work, yeah. Oh! Oh, no! Oh, no! That's... I don't know if we can show that. I don't know if that's legal. That was really bad for... I think that was the 27 truck there. Eidson, I believe, in 34. Oh. No. Oh, gosh. That was violent. We're going to have to go to a different, we're not E-rated anymore after that. Leighton Norgard got hit pretty hard there too, going back up the racetrack. Trey Eidson had a really good start of the season. His truck is destroyed. EJ O'Rourke. Or not, or JP Phillips, I mean. JP Phillips. Well, I'll tell everyone to hold on and buckle up because, oh no. Oh, he just keeps getting spun around. Should put a nausea sickness medicine sponsor on that one. Unacceptable Racing is, I think, what, is that what I saw? I think that was a team name. Oh no. Well, Jesse, I don't know if we can keep watching that, but let's do it one more time for the fans. Let's go on board with let's do a fancy view of JP Phillips, maybe like a tire view. Something for the fans that for one more time at home to be able to watch that. There you go. I like that one. Oh, no. Oh, well, that's nice. And that's what it feels like to be a flea in a dryer. It just gets hit around. Oh, caution is back at it, if you can believe it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure what we've learned from that situation is this racetrack can end very badly very quickly, and there's nothing you can do. Like maybe at a short track you can kind of see, you know, from the 9th position all the way back to the 30th position that there's a wreck happening. You have time to slow down. But here, when you're going 180 miles per hour, you really don't get that. you get to the wreck within a second. And they really can't slow down in that amount of time, and it all comes at you fast. Well, at the front of the field is still Fuller, Cutlip in second, O'Rourke third, Hibbs in fourth. Dustin Dewar having one of the best runs we've seen tonight. One of the best runs of the we've seen, of the year so far from him in fifth. Ryan in sixth. McIntosh still finding a way to stay in the top 10. Trying to get back up there to maybe repay Hibbs. Higgins ninth and Rawls right there in 10th. Well, we have a lot less trucks than we started with. And I have a feeling we'll probably lose more before it's done. See most of those trucks now coming off of pit road, trying to get as much repairs as you can. With a track that is this draft sensitive, trying to have the body panels on it as much as possible, you can expect drivers going to get as much as they can repaired. Once again, the pace car will be going off and giving it back over to Fuller for the restart. Now behind him is going to be the blue number 65. Green flag back out. Fuller not as good of a start as he's had. That's going to allow Cutlip to have a really good push by Gavin Hibbs to the inside. He is not going to be clear by the time they go into 1 and 2. Cutlip to the inside, trying to see if he can be able to stay side by side. Unable to, as Fuller's going to be able to clear himself. That's a good view just to show you how the runs progress. How that outside lane is able to keep momentum right there. You'll watch the leader had all that advantage and it very quickly shortens up on him. Oh, a little bit of contact there by the 20 and 95. Oh, truck sideways back there, spinning out. It's Jeff Green. Oh, into the inside wall. No caution as it is off the racing surface. Not the night that Jeff Green wanted. I think that's Vandermeer in the 54. Oh, contact by Vandermeer into the side of Jeff Green. Fortunately, that might get Vandermeer a tally against him, but that also gave Jeff Green a ton of damage. Oh, contact there. Cutlip got into the side of the 65 there. Here comes Dustin Dewar now with the run. They all duck to the inside lane there. 3 wide. Looks like McIntosh is going to be able to find his way to the outside lane. Folks at home are probably wondering, well, they have that big of a racetrack. Why are they down the straightaways? Why is that inside lane so close to the door of the outside lane? And that is because of side draft. You want to try to take as much momentum away from that outside lane, take the advantage away from them. Unfortunately, that does lead to contact sometimes. I think ultimately you just want to try to be up at the front of the field as much as possible, where your fate is decided in your own hands by the most amount. Back here is so chaotic. You just pick a lane and at those speeds, you just hope no one's there by the time you get there. Fuller's starting to get a little bit of a spacing there. It looks like the top 2 drivers have agreed to try to help each other get away from the pack. Started bump drafting, it looks like, down the straightaways. To their advantage, they are starting to pull away. I did not think we would see tandem driving at California, but here we are. I swear, every time we see those trucks go down the back straightaway, if you're on an onboard or on a straight-on shot of them, there's at least one or two drivers that are side hitting each other. Oh, hard contact! Oh, truck into the outside wall, down to the inside, spinning back up the racetrack is the number 1 of Jesse Rasimas. That's going to cause a yellow. Yellow is out there, but we're going to see right here exactly what happened. Oh, not clear. Not sure. Who is that red truck there? Randy Yoakum. Yeah, it was not quite clear, just by the inch of Harrison Talon of the 51 truck out there. Came up, outside wall, into the 1. Surprisingly, not anyone else involved. Really, the only one that got severe amount of damage, I think, is probably Randy Yoakum there. Caution is out. Now these drivers have a question, because now's about the time they start thinking, when do they start using those 2 sets of tires they have left in the pits? There is a big tire advantage with having the fresh set, but when do you want to take them? Well, we're going to go on a side-by-side shot here as we get another commercial break, and you're going to be able to see if your driver goes down pit road or not.
Tickets for the 2026 Season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th, and the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
Well, I told you, Jesse, I know what I'm talking about. About 50-50 strategy there of going down pit road or not, as some of our drivers have elected to stay out on the racetrack with their old set and try to bank on a later caution, and others have decided to take their new set now. So at the front of the field is the 65 of O'Rourke. Second is Dustin Dewar. Third is, I believe that is the 47 of Art Ramier. So having a good start and run for him. And fourth is Harrison Talon, all the way back from the 31st starting spot. Finds himself in the fourth. And in fifth is going to be Justin Vandermarl. Sixth is Corey Abbott. Seventh, McCorkle. And right about there is where we start getting into our new tires, the Fuller In the 8th position, and the 9th, Rawls, Seth Rawls, and the 10th position is the 00 of Bolton. So about the top 7 drivers have stayed out on old tires. Now we're going to see exactly how wide the track can get, as these drivers with new tires will be using these drivers with older tires all the way up. They will be taking them in any different direction they can try to get around them. As the pace car lights are off, we'll be going green, this time by again. Well, folks, if you are on YouTube, well, I do have the chat up. If you ever have anything, any questions, any drivers you want to give a shout out to, absolutely we'd be able to take a shout out to anyone on YouTube as we keep that up and going on the side here. We do like to stay interactive with all of our fans here on the Elite Racing Network. As the pace car is going to be coming back down, going to give the green flag over to O'Rourke. Green flag now out. The 65 able to get a really good restart there, and as normal, there's Dallins blinking on the front straightaway. He's now back with us. Harrison Town. It's going to take all the way to the outside lane. Now we're going to keep an eye on that 7th and 8th place area, as those drivers are going to go as wide as they can to try to make up the positions. Dustin Dewar had a really good run. Almost able to get to the outside of the leader there. Already to the front of the field. Here comes the 55. It only took about a lap to go from the 8th position all the way up to almost the 2nd position, as Fuller has had a run of speed here with those fresh tires. Fuller's on that very bottom lane. He had a lot more success with the top lane with all the momentum. That bottom lane, not as much. See, now relegates him to the 3rd position. But he's able to dive it into the bottom of that track so much further than the 2 leaders here. Able to almost get side by side with Dustin Dewar. Oh, big wreck back there. Frank Foti around into the outside wall backwards. Oh no. And then 10 seconds later gets hit once again. I think Cutlip, one of our top competitors, Cutlip, was involved as well. And those just new tires coming up on old tires. I don't think people see Harrison Talon on the outside lane, I'll be honest. That's the 2nd time that's happened to him. Keep it on him. It's not over. Boom. I think that was Kendall Noah player there. See what happened to Jonathan Cutlip here. Oh, got tagged from behind. Into the sour Skittles there of the number 7 truck. That colorful truck. Does it have Skittles on it? I was making a guess. It looks like it has Skittles on it. Oh, that was a hard hit actually to Cale Peacock. It's not Skittles, but it looks like Skittles. I can't read that. Backwards is Kyle Hanshaw there. See exactly what happened to him, because he was pretty farther behind. Oh, last second decision to overreact there. Kyle Hanshaw now going backwards. I mean, that's where all drivers hope to end up at the end of the race, right there at the checker flag line. Well, we had a very good long stretch of green there in the beginning part, but lately here, with the difference of new tires and old tires, it has caused quite a big stack up at the mid pack, and we've seen some stack ups cause wrecks, and That's just been the returning cycle there. Probably wondering where all the trucks are. About half of them are on pit road getting damage fixed. Well, if you had a tape sponsorship, you'd be really good right now. Quite a few trucks getting damage fixed. As the pace car is starting to come down the front straightaway, you start seeing them all scurry like ants to get off of pit road before the pace car comes. That's always my favorite part. It's when the stampede starts to leave the the pit road. We got a comment by Paul Mikolajah on YouTube. Can't believe there's this many cautions without Chad being in the race. He's there by spirit. I trust that. He's here by spirit. He has to try to qualify for one of these truck races. He hasn't done that very well this year. We have had quite a few trucks show up for these events. It's been probably one of the better turnouts of any Elite Series. With just the mere amount of trucks that try to enter one of these races, we've sent about 5 home every single race, so it has been a bright spot in the Elite Series with how healthy it's been. Pace car lights are off, going to be going once again. EJ O'Rourke to the inside this time for the restart, and now Dustin Dewar is going to be able to have the outside lane. Pace car will be going down onto pit road and be giving it over to the 65 for the inside front row start. Fuller to the truck right behind him. See if those two can be able to get clear. I believe they are teammates as they get a really good start there. Fuller kind of lifted up a little bit there. That is going to clear the 65 for the lead, side by side for second. Hearing some drivers complain about lane change by some of the drivers in 6th and or 5th on back. As you see Fuller now with the fresh tires taken to the inside lane, seeing if he can be able to clear coming out of turn 4. Just does so right in front of the 65. 65 now finds himself right to the back bumper of the 55, pushing him down the front straightaway. Let's go ahead and take a look at that restart there, as it looks like we have some implications going on of the 65 on that restart. From what I'm being told, the 65 cleared to the outside lane before the start-finish line, which would be an EOL penalty. So you have to stay in your lane before you get to the start-finish line. You have to stay in your lane, and they did go down too far. I believe that is what that is for. So that will be a penalty on the 65. He's already serving it on pit road now. Jeff Fuller still out front here. We have a three-way battle, or two-way battle still for second. Dustin Dewar having one heck of a run here tonight on that preferred outside lane. McIntosh to the inside. Dustin Dewar now clears for second. Dustin Dewar doing a really good job considering he has much older tires than the drivers around him. Oh no! Fuller, or Dustin Dewar ran. Oh, hard into the inside wall. Oh, no. Oh, engine blown. And the good feelings are up in smoke. Trying to see what happened here. Oh, no. McIntosh absolutely dumped him. Absolutely dumped him. That's the second time we've seen McIntosh give quite a bit of damage to a driver here tonight. First was the 16 and now the 32. He's got a lot of speed, but unfortunately it has cost some drivers here tonight. Unfortunate for Dustin Dewar. They have given the tally to the 10 truck, so that is a tally against him. I guess it wasn't severe enough for the contact he made to the 16 earlier in the race, so he's only relegated to 1 tally. You have to have 2 to be taken out of the race. As now out front, Higgins has now cleared himself with Fuller. Tom Bourne finds himself in the 3rd position. Side by side for that 3rd position as here comes Hibbs. All the way, he goes from 3rd to 2nd. Now battling side by side with Fuller. Ducks back into the outside lane. Fuller now taking a dive on Hibbs, or Higgins. Battle for the lead here, 55-20 coming out of turn number 4. Who will the 95 decide to push? Or will he decide to take a 3rd option? Looks like he's sticking it out with Fuller there, giving a little bit of bump. Nope, he decides to tuck back to the outside lane. 24 laps to go in this race. Fuller does a really good job of being able to slide right back in front of the 20, giving him a big shove down that back straightaway. This is slowly allowing those leaders to start to gap the rest of the field. Look who's now entered into the top 5. Ray Bracey, our Daytona winner, now finds himself up into the 5th position. Whoa, the 20 ducks to the outside down that front straightaway. Oh, he took the air away from the 55. Now here comes the 95 trying to take advantage of Fuller on the inside. That put Higgins back out front. Please don't make this a battle between Higgins and Hibbs. That's just too hard for me to say. Fuller getting the run on that outside lane, trying to take it back over to the 20. Here comes Tom Bourne on the 16 to the outside lane. Fuller trying to get that bottom lane rolling as he is having a difficult time being able to make that pass. He has to throw it in there, but he does not want to get stuck side by side. That just leads you to lose a position when the driver behind decides to elect to take that outside lane away from you. Tom Bourne sticking to that outside lane, trying to get his nose to the outside bumper. Oh, the 66 back there got a little bit sideswiped to the wall. Oh, hard contact! Spinning around. Number 2 truck back up the racetrack. Caution is out. That is Cody McCorkle turned around there. And the 89 made contact with him there. Or Brent Jones had nowhere to go. Oh, right in front of him. Oh, and the Skittles vehicle got a little bit. So McCorkle lost the front nose. Kind of followed the 41 into the outside wall there, and then contact sent him down the racetrack right in front of Brent Jones. I don't know if Frank Fody sliding into the wall and checking up that much caused that to the two. I guess so. That's going to be hard for... That's going to be a Mathieu Weeks' job. It's not my job. I'll leave that to Mathieu Weeks. That's Mathieu Weeks' decision. He gets paid to do that. I'm listening to Mathieu Weeks as he tries to describe it. Okay, so he decided to punish multiple people. He said, why just punish one? Well, punish multiple. So a punishment to Frank Fody and to Cody McCorkle for both slamming into the outside wall. Shame on both of you. Well, we're going to go to one more caution break here as we get our last caution break out of the way, and that'll set us up with just under 20 laps left to go in this event. And we'll see how this all shakes up as it starts to get shade on the racetrack. The lanes will start to open up even more.
Tickets for the 2026 Season of Speed at Worldwide Technology Raceway are on sale now. The Bommarito Automotive Group 500, June 6th and 7th. The NASCAR Cup Series Enjoy Illinois 300, O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and Confluence Music Festival, September 11th through 13th, and the NHRA Napa Auto Parts Midwest Nationals, October 2nd through 4th. Save big by going to WWTRaceway.com.
Blue Egg Marketing. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track to connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand towards victory lane. So don't spin your wheels, accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big.
This is Bobby Bolin from Tom Bolin Ford, and I have huge news for you. Right now, we are offering interest rates as low as 3.99 on most of our used cars. That's right, 3.99 happening right now. And it gets even better. These used vehicles come with the Bolin Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, giving you protection for the long haul. This is your chance to save big with incredible rates and shop our wide variety of trucks, vans, SUVs, and cars. Only at Tom Bolin Ford in Hannibal. Heck of a deal, ain't it?
And we're back here for just under 20 laps to go. We got one of our competitors here. I don't know if you're here for a short time or for a long time, Dusty, but just like you're running the truck race here, it was a fun time, regardless.
Yeah, it sure was. The truck was hooked up tonight. It was a lot of fun out there.
Well, I mean, you were up front for a lot of it, most of it. What is it like out there? Is it just so aerodynamically dependent? I mean, is there any runs you can make, or is it just you have to pick your line almost like chess?
Yeah, you kind of got to pick your lanes like chess. Aero is huge in these trucks here tonight. The early on in the run, you want to protect the high side, because if you get put on the bottom lane, you might lose 4 or 5 spots down the front stretch or the back stretch. It's real tough out there. That's every time I lost positions, it was trying to make a pass. Then I'd fall back 2 or 3, 4 spots and then regroup, and before you knew it, I'd be back up there in the top 5 again. And yeah, they're really tight, really tight.
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to join us for the rest of the broadcast here with me, Dusty. I don't know if you've ever done one of these events with me. I know you and Michael Goodman are good friends and good buddies, but I didn't know if you wanted to join us the rest of the night or if you had to go out somewhere.
Let me try restarting the computer and seeing if I can follow with at the race. I'd love to join you boys if it'll work out.
All right, so we'll talk to you later then, Dusty, when you get it restarted.
All right, thanks, boys.
We're about to go back under green here. This pace car is going to be going back under. That will be giving the lead back over to the 20 car. We did have some green flag cycling up at the front of the field. Some drivers getting their last set of tires, and some are deciding to wait a little bit later on. So once again, get ready for the action, as these drivers are going to go all over the racetrack. Fuller once again has the newest tires back there in 5th position. Green flag back out. The 20 truck is going to be able to get out to a decent lead, but Hibbs is actually being able to stay right side by side with him. The second lane didn't go at all, but the front 2 lanes sure did. Hibbs has gotten a really good run. He might actually clear himself. Fuller has decided to take the middle lane there. Might get himself all the way up into clearing the 3rd lane. Not quite. 4 wide down that back straightaway. Hibbs now back out front here in the race. Now Fuller's going to have that inside lane, but not the drafting momentum. Top 2 drivers with older tires. Fuller with a newer set. 16 laps to go in the race. 4 wide back there. These drivers are trying to get all they can. They know the race is almost up and the points are about to be awarded. That's a driver we haven't talked about. Right in the 73 up to the 6th position. Some new names here at the front of the field. Oh, Fuller gets sideways, gets hit by the 20, saves it. Oh no, we're about to go 7 wide, aren't we? Oh no, we might have a wreck. That was like blood in the water. All of them decided that they wanted to try to take the advantage. They're not done making contact, the 20 and the 55. Oh no, Fuller getting hit again up the racetrack. Oh no. Hibbs came back to finish what he had started. Got him again. Higgins just, sorry, I said Hibbs. Higgins got him a second time. That was, was that the first time? No, that was the second time. Oh. Surprised there wasn't more trucks involved in that. But for our pole sitter, that was enough. Go back to the first time. So the 20 loses his nose. Again, he has older tires, so he slides up the racetrack, makes side contact with the 55. They beat and bang. Behind them, drivers are trying to find any way around them. They saved it and didn't really lose much track position or momentum. They find themselves in turns 1. 20 goes up into the 55 again. Go back once more here. Let's see exactly, because from what race control is saying, okay. Yeah, I mean, the driver behind him got hit too. So they're saying the 55 was blamed for that incident because he came down too far. I'm looking at the leader in front of him. He's following the leader in the entryway of what the leader's doing. Now, maybe he shouldn't because you do have a car to the inside, but I mean, you technically have control. That's tough, but blame was given to the 55 of Fuller there.
Yeah, I'll just keep here and say why got him is because when he entered turn 1, he was way at the wall, and Gavin was committed, I think, to run the middle, and where he crossed those lanes and went all the way on the Gavin's right front. That's why I tallied him, because that was the initial cause of it all.
I am not here to question you, Mathieu Weeks. I'm here to just judge you. Matthew, you can't come in here and talk to us like that. No, that's Mathieu Weeks. Hey, you know what? He's race control. He has to listen to the drivers. Us at home, We only have to watch it. I don't really care how it goes from now. As long as it's entertaining for the rest of us. That will set us up to going about having a green flag for the last 10 laps, hopefully. So it will be a 10-lap run. That means that we probably will not see much of a gap here between the leaders. We're probably going to have a knockout showdown all the way to the finish line here. But that does make Hibbs at the front of the field the lone driver with older tires, as Art Ramier now finds himself up to the second position, having the best run of his season so far here. A lot of smoke on pit road. There's been a lot of smoke on pit road all night long. Base car lights are off. We'll be going back green flag with about 11 laps actually. Hibbs has decided to take the outside lane here. That is all the trucks that we have left. Just about half. Half of the race field is still left on track here. Javier is having a really good run. Up 34 positions from his starting spot in the third position. Pace car lights are off. Cars coming down. That will give the start over to Hibbs, with another set of new drivers at the front of the field. But right behind him is a driver he has to keep an eye on. That's going to be the Cutlip in the number 5 truck. Green flag out. Hibbs has got a really good start. That's going to allow the front 2 drivers to be able to clear themselves as they go 3 wide for third position. Oh, contact being made to the 7. Oh, that almost sent them both around on that high side lane. Ray Bracey able to save it, but it's going to lose a ton of positions from it. Down the back straightaway, here comes Cutlip. Oh, the 47 or 46 got turned around. Kyle Hanshaw. He's able to not hit the inside wall. They're still racing at the front of the field, though. A mess. That's what caused that. A mess. Oh, caution is out. Big wreck. The 41, the 2. At the front straightaway, we have another wreck here we'll take a look at here in just a second. Take a look here and see. I think we're at the point where greed is taking over. Oh, on a side, up in the air, the 30 truck goes. Is that the second time the 3 has run into the back of the 21? I think that's the second time the 3 at a caution has spun the 21 truck around. Corey Abbott's not going to like Cheetos after the end of this, but take a look at this. This is not going to be friendly for the number 30 here. Up on a side, does come back down on 2 tires though. That could have been a lot worse for most drivers, I'll be honest. Right here on the 41, this is Fody. Oh, he just kind of gets sandwiched there. Didn't want to go too far down or would have hit the 2. Ultimately made the right decision. Did get spun around and lose a lot of track position, but at least has a truck for him. So Frank Fody making the right decision, even if it didn't work out for him track position wise. on the number 2. McCorkle, he gets turned around here. Oh, he just hits the inside wall, tries to save it from not hitting pit road entry. I did a pretty good job. I wonder if he really lost that many positions. That was a tactical spin. Well, Cutlip did clear himself and got himself the lead here. Rough night for the 5, able to come back, but then again, at this point, just about anybody's been in a wreck at least once or twice before before it's all said and done. Cutlip got it fixed, is now out front leading the field. Hibbs is going to be second. Javier third. Art Ramir in fourth. Seth Rawls fifth. EJ O'Rourke in the 6th position. Tom Bourne has worked his way back up into the 7th. Rasimas in 8th. Ray Bracey back in 9th after having that contact. And Bolton now into the 10th position. All sorts of issues for these drivers here tonight, but ultimately, this is who we have at the front of the field at the end of this. Pace car lights are off. We will be going back green this time. That one truck is smoking for for quite a while. Has yet to get out of the race truck. Has just let it decide to smoke for the rest of the race. We'll just, he's having a cookout. I think that is Fuller. I think he's fuming. I don't think the truck is fuming anymore. I think the fire went out of the truck quite a while ago. I think that is actually Fuller smoking inside there. Maybe him and Mathieu Weeks are having a session in there. A little talky talk after the race to figure out everything. Well, the pace car will be going down, giving it back over to Cutlip to start the race once again in the 5 truck. He has elected to take the inside lane this time. Does not want to do what the 65 did earlier of Ork and go down below the go down too low. That will be a lane change. Green flag back out. Does a really good job. He stays in the lane. But who did a better job was Hibbs. Able to stay side by side to actually get the advantage. That's the first time we've seen the advantage go to the driver in the 2nd position. Butler trying to see if he can clear himself. Just about has done it. Oh, 41 around back there. Saves it. Still green. Cutlip unable to be able to clear that outside lane. Is now going to have the disadvantage. Hibbs is going to try to see if he can be able to take the speed on that outside lane and clear himself for the lead. Oh, they are getting tight. Contact being made. Drivers trying to find a way around each other. Out front, Cutlip has now found himself out front. Here we come to 6 laps left to go in this race. Cutlip has a decent about 2 truck lead over Hibbs as he is side by side for that 2nd position with the 57. Some of these drivers are going straight out to that wall, trying to get as much momentum as they can. Oh, contact Seth Rawls into the wall. Saves it, but it's going to lose about 4 or 5 truck positions. Here we come to 5 laps to go. Cutlip is on rails right now. Absolutely gapping the field. One of the biggest gaps we've seen of the night. Hibbs is struggling right now. Jesse, if you mind, put the standing order on the side there for us. There we go. Sorry about that. Javier in the 2nd position now, trying to see if he can gain up that time to get back up to the leader. He's only going to have 4 laps. He's going to need the help of O'Rourke, who's now worked himself back from that penalty to get into that 3rd position. Jesse Rasimas on the inside of O'Rourke. That's not going to help them try to gain the track position. They need to try to work together to get back up to the leader. Tom Bourne now to the inside of the 1. Here they come to 3 laps to go here at California. Side by side once again for second O'Rourke and Javier. They are battling each other, but that is all Cutlip wants to see in his mirrors. He wants to see them side by side for just a couple more laps. Neither one willing to work together. Front 6 cars have separated themselves from the rest of the field, as here we come to 2 laps to go. They are starting to slowly make their way back up on Cutlip. Here comes Javier. He's only now about 3 truck lengths behind, but he's going to need some drafting help. Ooh, contact, Rasimas. Tom Bourne, a little bit of contact. If we stay green, they will get the white flag and it'll be a race back to the checkered. Coming out of turn 4 to take the white flag. We've seen plenty of yellow. This yellow truck is now leading it here with 1 lap left to go. That is Cutlip out front. You see, he started in 8th. It has been a rocky road for him as he has had to go from the back of the pack multiple times with damage. Zigzagging down the back straightaway, trying to lose the draft. The 57 doesn't look like he has the run to gain on Cutlip. They call him the man that can save tires, but here he is just the man. He is able to get it done here at California, and to win it here for the 5th race is Jonathan Cutlip. I think that's what you had to have tonight, was a bright yellow truck like that to be able to make everyone see you. That didn't help him. He still got damaged multiple times, but ultimately, really good run. I know he only makes a few starts in the truck series. Multiple champion in the Elite Series, came here and showed him what was what here. Showed us the biggest lead of the night, and they just could not come back from it. They were too busy battling each other, and Cutlip took that to his advantage. He did not want to battle anyone as he rocketed himself out front. They're like, you've wrecked a couple times. What's one more? One for the road. Led 10 laps here tonight. All of them at the end. Burning it down on the front stretch is Cutlip here. We're going to go ahead and run it through the field, give you an idea of where some of these drivers finished here tonight. Some of them had their best night of the year so far. Dylan Javier was one of them, able to get into that 2nd position. Really good run for him. E.J. O'Rourke coming back from that penalty up to the 3rd position. Tom Bourne was up there in the top 5 for the majority of it, finishing in 4th. Jesse Rasimas had a really good night in 5th position. Ray Bracey, 6th position to help his points run, to stay at the top of the points battle there. Seth Rawls, 7th. Justin Vandermarl in 8th. Cody McCorkle. Surprising with the contact he kept getting up to the 9th position. Colin Bolton finished in the 10th position. Harrison Town worked his way back up into the 11th. A really good night for some of those. Jaden Rasimas got the fastest lap, so that'd be a point to him, I believe. So that's a really good run or a good lap for him to be able to get to his name. Most laps led was Justin Fuller, and hard charger was Dylan Javier. We'll have to talk to him about that. Up 35 positions. I'm sure he made quite a few passes, as did all three of our top three. Made quite a few passes here tonight. Let's go ahead and bring up our third place finisher there of EJ O'Rourke. I know it must not be popular for you for that penalty to happen, but you made a lot of passes there late in the run to be able to find your way up into the top three. Ultimately, a third place finish isn't what you exactly wanted, but go ahead and give us an idea of how the night's race went for you.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Gerald, I come into these races thinking that, we're going to have fun and hopefully have a chance to win, and that's what we had tonight. It was a lot of fun despite a few of those yellows there, but yeah, I don't really agree with the penalty, but it's a rule, and it's a rule I gotta remember, and I run a few different leagues, and I gotta remember what league I'm in and what night, and I just made a mistake, and it cost me a chance at the win, I think, there. It cost me a chance at the win at Richmond a couple years ago, but still my fault. But we came from the back a couple times there, and this number 65 units Gold Enterprise of Toyota Tundra, and looking forward to try to get them again.
Excellent. Well, we want to go ahead and let you do your thank yous and shout outs for Aftermath Motorsports and for all those that helped get you here. As a good top three finishes with how this point system plays out is definitely helpful for getting closer to this regular end of the season.
Yeah, it's I'm just here to have some fun and not make any enemies. I haven't ran too many races in this league. I've been here a while, but I haven't ran too many races. I don't really know a lot of these guys, so I don't want to come in here and be a tool. So I try to run with respect and try to run clean and fair. And I've raced Cutlip, well, and congrats to him on the win. And it's fun. Thank you guys for broadcasting everything here that Elite does to make this go around. And it's fun. And these guys are tough. I mean, sometimes you're fighting for 15th, 20th, 25th. Last week I was like a fish out of water. I couldn't even run a lap competitive, and come back here, I feel like I had a chance to win. So just happy to be in the top three.
Well, that's how this season goes. We go to all different types of tracks, and sometimes you're king, and sometimes you're just the joker looking in. But hopefully next week we'll get to see you. You'll have two shots at trying to get into the top three, as we'll have a doubleheader at Nashville. So hopefully we'll be able to see you have a good run then.
Yeah, that track, I might struggle there a little bit, but it's going to probably be about survival. And I heard about the doubleheader, so it'll be fun. Hopefully get this Enix Toyota Tundra at Victory Lane, or something, or finish, or just have some fun. That's all I care about. And again, congrats to Cutlip and Dylan on the 1-2 there, and we'll try to get them again sometime.
There you go. That's our third place finisher there, EJ O'Rourke. He had a great finish here tonight, and ultimately was a factor at the end of it all. We're going to go ahead and bring up our second place finisher. Jesse, have I been saying his name wrong? Be honest with me.
I believe it's Javier, but we'll see.
Is it Javier?
Yeah, he
we'll
can tell
you
when he gets here, yeah.
I guess I've been saying his name wrong the entire time, but that's only because tonight he was a main factor here tonight. Real quick, can you pronounce your last name for me? Because I guess I've been saying it wrong this entire time, and no one's corrected me until now.
Yeah, a lot of people get it wrong, but it's Haver.
Haver. You were wrong, Jesse.
I was wrong.
You were wrong. I was wrong. We're all wrong. Everyone can go home and think about their actions. But ultimately, a second place finish, the biggest gainer of the night from starting all the way back there in the back half of the race. I think you're like 38th at the start of the race, but good run there at the end where it mattered, and got a second place finish. Best finish of the season so far for you. So how did it all happen for you? How were you able to stay clean all the way to the end of the race, where most people had a hard time just staying straight?
A lot of it was just luck. Just trying to stay clear of being in those 4 wide, 3 wide situations. Because I feel like that's where a lot of wrecks happened.
Well, I mean, ultimately, like I said, second place finish, really good run for you. Yeah, for Lake Norman. That's all, a good points gain in your behalf. I don't know where you are exactly in the point standings right now, but something like this is definitely going to help you trying to make it into the regular season. How does your approach for the rest of the season now? Are you going to hope to try to back this up? Are you taking how you approach this race into effect when we go to a race like Nashville next week where it's a doubleheader?
Yeah, definitely want to at least try to get consistent results, even if I don't win, just top fives, top tens, it would certainly help. Uh,
Well, again, second place. We want to go ahead and let you do your thank yous and shout out. And one more time, how do you say the last name? And I'll get it right from here on out.
it's Haver.
Haver.
Yep.
Havier. Havier?
Haver.
Haver. Okay.
Yep.
I'll 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 mess it up only 8 times. All right. So I'll go ahead and give you your shout outs and thank yous for both Lake Norman and the rest of your team and some of your sponsors here.
All right, thank you. Yeah, so shout out to JD Designs for all of our schemes for the trucks. Solo Racing, and then all the other League Norman guys, and of course you guys doing the broadcast. It's always fun to rewatch.
Well, that is your second place finisher, Dylan Havier. I'll try to get that. It does not look like that, but I'll do it. I'll say it from here on out. Let's go ahead and bring up our first place finisher here, Jonathan Cutlip. Only reason why we say his name so well is because he wins all these races. Known as the man that can save tires, well, tonight you were the man with the plan, came back with so much damage, and still made it happen. You got out to such a big run there at big lead, and no one else was able to lead that far out. And you just kind of kept it in tempo behind you. A lot of it was due to them battling it behind you, but I mean, did you think with how much damage you collected throughout the night that you'd have a truck at the end that you could have that type of speed to win it like you did?
Yeah, I was kind of worried after getting the damage if it was just going to be fixable because it was just isolated to the back. Thankfully, I didn't get any damage on the doors, which is pretty permanent. But yeah, we fixed about a minute and a half of damage, and yeah, caught a couple lucky breaks with the cautions just to be able to fix it. And then after we got it fixed, we were able to carve our way up through the field pretty quick with stack ups and just carrying the momentum all the way to the front. And luckily, I had Hibbs, my teammate, restarting the lead, and he picked the top, which helped us out a ton. We were able to take the lead afterwards, and then after that, we were just pretty much trying to keep each other up front. And unfortunately, his tires finally gave out with a few laps left and lost a bunch of track position. But yeah, I didn't think we would end up here. I knew we were fast. It's just stuff kept lining up against us, and I guess just a couple lucky breaks, and we ended up here.
Sometimes that's all you need whenever you consider how many trucks got wrecked out here tonight. There was a lot of yellow. Maybe it just took a yellow truck to win it, but ultimately, really good run for you. We want to go ahead and let you do your thank yous and shout outs because you're not too unaccustomed to doing these interviews here in the Elite Series. Maybe not as much since there's as many pro drivers in the Cup Series, but still, you do it quite often now. It's coming quite often that we have to talk to you, but here in the Truck Series, we don't get to see you that often. So go ahead and give your thank yous and shout outs to your team and to your sponsors here. As getting a win in the Truck Series is still an incredible feat.
Yeah, we still can, come up here and do an interview, but yeah, it's something I've missed. I don't get a lot of chances to run the Truck Series. It's always just fun hanging out with friends. But yeah, shout out to you guys, Jesse and Gerald. You guys do a great job week in and week out, and all the broadcasters. It's always fun to go back and watch some of the races. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Field Up Racing and my teammates. Kevin Hibbs, Justin Vandermeerl, Harrison Talon, Paul Bunch of Letters. He didn't race tonight. I'm not really sure why. I guess he just wasn't interested in this package, but shout out to them. Shout out to Race CPI. Shout out to my mom. shout out to the Wadzi family. This one's for them. They've been going through a hard time in the last few weeks, so yeah, I'm thinking of them. Hopefully they're doing okay. But yeah, I think I got everyone.
Oh, that's Jonathan Cutlip. Good job here tonight, and look forward to the next truck race you enter. As hopefully it's not as eventful as it was tonight.
Yeah, hopefully we can just go straight forward and just keep it straightforward.
That's for sure. That's Jonathan Cutlip, your winner here at California. Able to get it done, led the final 11 laps here, was around a couple times, but ultimately was there when it mattered. Well, we appreciate everyone for joining in tonight. Next week, we'll have a double header, so we will have two races back to back. What time does that all start, Jesse? Do you know?
I believe the doubleheader is starting at the regular time.
Well, we believe it starts at their regular time. If you show up at that time, you'll see action going on, either already going on or maybe just the start of it. But we will have two races back to back. I believe we'll have more information on that. I wasn't really caught up exactly how they're handling it, but it's both of them are going to be at Nashville, and they're 90 laps each. So good short track race that we are going to have some excitement as the regular season is starting to close up near the end of it. These drivers are going to be even more aggressive than they already have been, if you can believe it. I can't believe that they can, but they will. As we look forward to being able to show that case to you on March 15th. So join us and tune in on March 15th to be able to watch that with us. Thank you, and have yourself a wonderful night, and stay safe.
Crowd going wild. Yeah, crowd going wild in the chat right now. It's just humming through your headphones.